The next day, reality really set in. This happened, it was on every news channel. It was just darkness. I couldn't find any type of light.
Police are hard at work this afternoon investigating the stabbing death of a teenager.
New video clearly showing the suspects behind the deadly stabbing.
Images of these suspects repeatedly stabbing that young man is crystal clear.
I couldn't believe it. Like, automatically I went into shock. Like, I couldn't believe what was going on. And then I was like, nah, this can't be real.
When you see 10, 12 people, guys with, with machetes, you're gonna feel scared.
No parent should be burying their child. The child should be burying them.
It was right here on this block in his neighborhood where Lisandro Jr. Guzman Feliz was brutally murdered. Justice for Junior. 3 words that tore at the very soul of the city. The 15-year-old stabbed to death for the world to see.
We are here to announce the indictment of 12 alleged Trinitarios allegedly committed a crime that has shocked people everywhere for its brutality.
Ever since that tragic night in June, the support has been overflowing. The community unrelenting in its search for justice. His death sending shockwaves around the world. Those who felt it hardest, the ones who knew him.
Oh my God. Best friend, do you love me?
Yes.
You do? You do? Why is it not working on you?
I don't know.
Once I see his face, his smile, I just like, everything starts coming back to me.
He always listened to me, and if I was down, he'll like make me happy some type of way.
And then there's times where like little things remind me of him.
Like, for me to keep him alive, it's not that hard because he's like there constantly.
It's like I wake up, I think about it. I go to sleep, and sometimes I can't even sleep. So I go to the cemetery like every a week and all that, and I said prayers, I talk to him, I touch it, the grave and all that.
He used to flirt a lot with girls. And he will always come to me like, best friend, like, I like this girl, like, what should I do? Like, let me know. And I was just like, boy, like, stop.
His laugh, how the nickname like Papi Shampoo, he used to like that. It's just like me and him used to have a great vibe. So it was like, it was always funny, comedy basically. It was funny moments.
Like I have like pictures on my phone. I still have our old conversations. So there's just times where like specific dates that I go back and see like if I still have those conversations from that date. And then like I just remember and I like just, to myself, like I just start laughing.
I know he wanted to be on TV. I know he wanted like to get famous one day, to be a superstar. But like thinking about it, I was like, but why this had to be the way you got on TV? Like, why was this the way you became known?
My friend hits me up with a screenshot from News 12 and he's like, oh, is this Lisandro? I felt like tears wanted to come out. So I hit him up and I'm like, yo, bro. And I call him and he's not picking up.
I just like automatically broke down and then I called my best friend and I was just like, Chanel, like, Lisandro passed away.
I couldn't like watch it no more. But I was so angry, I couldn't go to sleep that night. It was like too much.
He always said, be happy, like, that's one of the things I remember. He always said it, like, if I ever pass away, is that when we all ever pass away, remind me as a happy person, like, oh, my laughter and all that. And I was like, yeah, like, I even say that to now, like, when I think about him, I think about how happy he was, what a happy person he wanted to see us cry.
I would say that I'm in a very good place at the moment. Obviously, like losing a friend like that, it was very it was harsh. It was like very hard for all of us.
between like is either good and like bad, because it's like my friend doesn't come back.
I can't like just keep like thinking about that video or those sad moments or that time when you died. More importantly, I should start thinking more about like the times we spent together and the memories.
And as Junior's friends continue to heal after this tragedy, so does his school community, who was hit hard by this loss. Junior's teacher and mentor says it's been a long road.
Prayer helped a lot, and just these kids here picked me back up.
So do you still feel Junior's presence in the hallways?
There's times I have. I felt like one time I was on the basement level, which is the gym level, and I looked at exit 7, and I could have sworn I saw his face.
A new year has come and gone. The last bell before summer has rung. The first school year without Junior.
I do miss him. I do, and I think everybody, I speak for everyone here in the school, whether they had a close moment like myself or even something even closer than what he and I shared. I do miss him, the principal misses him, and I can speak for everyone, like I said, we all do miss him.
June 21st, hours after Junior was killed, Mr. G finding out from students the horrors of the night before.
I got into my car and I drove up to the scene where they said it occurred, and that's when I saw everything there. And still not wanting to believe it happened, but you can't dispute the evidence when it's right there in front of you.
And is that when it became real for you?
Yes.
Junior and Mr. G had a very special connection, reminiscing on the times he and Junior would just shoot hoops one-on-one.
I wish I wouldn't have to have these moments to cherish unless it was in a good way. You know, after he graduates and comes back and visit, and I say, hey, I remember 4 years ago when you were here, when we used to shoot around, but I can't say that anymore because he's no longer with us. That's him meeting the student that's you saw in the hallway out there.
Wow, that's powerful.
So that'll be Kelvin greeting him with open arms and accepting him into heaven. A lot of the kids really have moved on and progressed since that day. We rarely hear them speaking about it. Everyone's pretty much just having a blast the way they were if he was here.
And are you proud of the progress a year later here at the school?
I am. I think we're going in a positive direction, and I think everybody's just in a better place today than we were back then.
I want to say thank you so much for the support that you're giving to me. In this case, I just needed justice for my son, and that's all what can I say right now, because we pray for the justice. Keep me in your prayer.
Leandra Felicia's words seen as a rallying cry. Strangers from not just here in the city, but across the country banding together behind a family they've never met. Those supporting the family near and far, sending messages of love and strength.
Funny how so many of us did not have the pleasure of knowing him.
May God be with you and your family.
God is with you, Junior.
It's hard.
I might not know you, but you will remain in my heart.
Pray for you and your family that justice is served. I have 3 sons.
Beautiful young man, full of love and
pray
happiness.
for you and will continue.
You will never be forgotten, Junior. The world fell in love with you.
Justicia
Justice
para Junior.
for Junior.
Justice for Junior.
Sadness, disbelief, and hurt as the world saw what happened to Junior, something they could never unsee. That pain, bringing together people right here in the borough and beyond. So tragedy brought you guys together.
Yes.
Why do you think that is?
Love. 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 Like you said, love is the answer.
June 20th, 2018 was a defining moment for these women. Junior's death wasn't just another tragic news story for them. It was a call to action. Is this a sisterhood now?
Yes.
How many of you are there? Woo! Let's count. From court dates to memorials, these self-designated Justice for Junior supporters showing up in droves, taking on a fight they couldn't just stand on the sidelines for.
I believe you, we've been fighting over justice since October, and we will fight until the end.
I support her by just coming to the court when I can, or sometimes I just make a phone call to see how she's doing. Or sometimes we end up meeting each other when she go visit Junior at St. Raymond Cemetery.
Although they did not know the family before Junior's life was tragically taken, they feel an ever-growing connection with them.
I'm a mom of a boy, so it's hard to see a mother losing a child like that.
I love our support, and I will keep doing it till the very end. I will keep trying my best to be Junior's voice, because he will not die in vain. He will not be forgotten, and I will fight to the very end.
He handed that kid to them guys.
He tried to help that boy.
Be part of the community. We've been there for years.
We're scared because it was in the bodega.
We're here to send a very clear message to gang members, to criminals, to anyone that wants to cause harm to any human being. If you come into a bodega, you will get caught.